Good after morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Graham Day, and it's 10 to 1 in the afternoon, which is close to 10 a.m.-ish, right? I am not alone. I am joined by the man that we call Baby.
Afternoon, Graham.
Good afternoon. Al Reeds. How we doing, babe?
Yeah, doing good, Graham. Doing good. Again, it's another beautiful after morning day here in Manchester. So again, it keeps me in a very, very good mood.
It's absolutely gorgeous outside, by the way. Genuinely. I am sat here with a big old vat of cold coffee from Starbucks. I'm hiding that because I don't know if it's got my address or anything on it. But yeah, nice. Let's go.
I know where you live anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah, I know where you live. All right, settle down. I'm only having a brew. Chill out, mate. Good after morning. How are we all doing? Welcome into the stream. I see Lake in with the scoopses. The Lotus is with the hellos. Tezbat's here as well. JMK is here. Pidge is here. Hello. How we doing, Pidge? Tito, happy after morning all. How are we all doing? Welcome in. Have you all had a good week? Are you all set for the weekend? Nice. Get that fact 50 on if you're heading outside, baby. Don't want you getting crispy.
Again, very fair comment. Thanks, Mum.
full Thanos moment. And he's gone. Bye. See, it's different for me. I mean, I'm pasty as well, but I'm like a mirror. I just reflect the rays onto everyone else around me. I mention this every summer. Like, people around me are like, fucking hell, I'm tanned. It's like, it's because you sat next to me. No, like, you see those people that sit there with like those reflector sheets to make sure the sun hits all sides of their faces. That's what I do for my friends. So there you go. And don't forget your sun hat, says Tito. Okay, da. Anyway, welcome in. How are we all doing? I instantly tan. I don't burn at all. Mrs. Lotus hates me for it. I now hate you for it as well. So she's not alone. Don't worry, you twats. No, I'm not jealous at all. No. I occasionally do. Occasionally, if I've been in the sun hot enough, or if you go to like some places just have a different sun. Like usually Manchester or whatever, you get like it's a bit warm, but you're fine. But like say when we were in Florida, for example, there was some days where it just burnt different, and it was like, ooh, that's tingly.
There's a humidity. That's the worst thing that catches me out. Like, it's the sun, you can kind of avoid it. You can stay in the sun. Well, me, I've got so much experience in this, but staying in the shade is your best friend. But in the shade, the humidity actually just ruins your life. You're just constantly dehydrated, lying on the floor. And
I agree with that.
I don't like it.
But like even the sun though, like some days, like you'll go from one bit of shade to another bit of shade, and it's like you feel like a bit of bacon. You can just feel like it's like, ow. But like most of the time, that doesn't hit me. I might go a bit pink and then back to white. Occasionally, I go a bit pink and then a bit brown. A bit brown. If I look a bit brown, if someone goes, "Have you been outside in the garden?" Well, I've actually been, in the Sahara for 3 weeks. But I'll take that. Nice. Yes.
So are you a burner? I thought you had pale skin.
I have pale skin, but I don't tend to burn. I don't tend to do anything. I will. I don't. Yeah, I just stay pasty white. Like my legs and stuff. I'll take that back a little bit. I do burn more the later I've got into life, but I would just no. I'd maybe go pink and then go back to normal. Like, but yeah, that was it. Not full red. No super tans or anything. I think I've been tanned like twice in my life. So yeah, it just doesn't. Yeah, no. I hate you all on behalf of gingers. On behalf of all gingers, should I say, says Tito talking to Lotus. I go Milky Bar Kid to Dr. Zoidberg. No, in between. Tito just spinning around on the floor. I go from olive skin to out of date banana. No, in between. God damn. You remind me of Robin Williams. Good morning. What I do? Nice. Thank you very much. Is it the coloured T-shirt that I'm wearing? This was a present from Danielle, a Star Warsy T-shirt. Yeah. I can confirm Graham reflects the sun. One time as a kid, I ended up having my back peeled because I was next to him in Elmo's back garden. That's true. That's true.
Ooh.
David absolutely peeled, and I just looked like a nice, fresh, cool glass of milk. Just sat next to him again, like, have you even been outside? I've been outside all day. So yes. Anyway, how are we all doing? Welcome into twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. Before I start jumping into the introduction, I want to share this with you. For a couple of reasons. One, that is my quote tweet of our show's go live tweet. So whenever we go live, I record a little video that Bibby then edits up and we put out across all of our social media. A lot of you guys interact with that, which we massively appreciate. It's just to let people know that we are live, tell them what we're talking about. So do feel free to not go and retweet my tweet, but retweet the one that is quoting. If you want to, you don't have to. It's on Instagram, Hover, everywhere, like Facebook as well. You can share it, react. We appreciate that. Anyway, the reason I've used my tweet is well, it gives a bit of context. So I was doing the video this morning, and occasionally you'll get a WhatsApp message or an email message or a Slack message or a Discord notification or something when you are filming. And today I just thought, fuck it, I'm going to finish. I'm 30 odd seconds into my intro video now. I'm going for it. So if you watch that video at about 33 seconds, you just hear me go boom, boom, as I get a Microsoft Outlook email. So yeah, there you go. The perils of creating content when you're on your work setup is the fact that you still get emails. So yeah, do feel free to go check that out and retweet the Ice Cream Uploads tweet if you want to. You don't have to, but we appreciate anyone that does help with that. And the reason why we appreciate that is because this is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast. If we do say so ourselves, we go live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads each and every single weekday at 10 a.m. ish. Nice. So yeah, we are bringing you the biggest, the best, the breaking stories from the world of video games on your daily dose of news from the world of video games and beyond. We'll give you our thoughts and impressions on those stories too, but it's not just about our thoughts and impressions. We want to hear your thoughts and impressions. Then we want to hear your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. That's how the whole show works. So if you are with us live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, please do get involved over the next hour or so. As mentioned, we do go live at 10 a.m.-ish each and every single weekday. So please do feel free to get involved, and it's important that you do because the live stream on Twitch is turned into a podcast, a video on YouTube, and an audio podcast on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Play. So if you don't watch it live, you can do feel free to check out all of that content. But you wouldn't be alone because there is over 130,000 people that have watched and listened to us on demand. We're just kind of a big deal. That's what we're trying to say. That's what. So yeah, do feel free to get involved on behalf of that 130,000 people. They're not with us live. They can't share their thoughts and impressions, so you get to do it on behalf of those. Before we do jump into anything, a couple of reminders. So I'm going to give you a couple of reminders of two ways that you can bag yourself some prizes. First of all, if you're in the chat, do type !giveaway. You will get a link to another tweet from Ice Cream Uploads. This one is a competition tweet. We are giving away an insert coin jacket, which is the black bomber jacket, the Abby bomber jacket from the Last of Us Part 2 collection, and we are giving away a Ghost of Tsushima Fox pattern t-shirt. So if you want to bag yourself some stuff at the cost of nothing other than liking and retweeting and following accounts, then do feel free to get involved of that. If you do want to throw a few pennies down, though, you can subscribe to our channel. You absolutely do not have to. But we appreciate it when you do. And to show that appreciation, we have the ! Loot drop where we give back to people. Subscribers win prizes or wonders every single month on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. All you need to do is be a sub on the first Monday of the month, and that's it. You'll be in with a chance of winning a prize. This month's prize is unannounced, but we'll find out soon. Yeah. Is that 130,000 just Bib watching it over and over? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And obviously, every single episode, we've done 130,000 of them, and I'm the one that goes back and downloads it, then puts it onto all your podcast services. So yeah, we've done 130,000 episodes, and it's just me that watches it after the fact.
I mean, I've just gone to the big Bib screen to show you that obviously Bibby. It looks like it's decoration for gamer purposes, but just below me is a Game Boy. Is that an Advance SP?
It is. I'm glad you noticed that, Graham, because each scoop I've been changing what's on this.
Yeah, I know. That's right. And then next to that, I can't quite tell. Is that the PSP or the PS Vita?
That's, my friend, is one of the greatest consoles ever created. That unfortunately died on release, and that, my friend, like you mentioned, is the PS Vita.
Nice. So we've got the Game Boy Advance SP, we've got the PS Vita, and then up in that direction-ish, you can see a Game Boy Color as well. Basically, they all, even though they can't watch Spotify, YouTube, or whatever, that's how he watches it. He gets them all playing somehow through the magic of the internet, and yeah, just runs all those. So yeah, easy. A couple of weeks in, 130,000 views. Oosh. Nice. Except if you live in Finland, everything costs shitloads from off of Europe. My hat was €48.
It's outrageous, Ab. But we appreciate your custom.
Yeah, well, do you know what? We appreciate your custom, and customs appreciates your customs as well. So yeah, do you know what, Lake? We appreciate you getting behind and buying one of the hats. If anyone does like these hats, Bibby is wearing the flat peak version. I am wearing the curved peak. Improved, superior bad boy edition version. Then obviously you can wear what you want. Obviously, into this banner. But yeah, we are selling these, by the way. We don't earn on them, so that's the reason we don't go hard sell on them. But unfortunately, the prices are naturally going to be cheaper for people that live closer to us. We are sending them out personally through Bib.
Absolutely.
I will send them out personally through Bib to you. Reminds me of how was it, Bumper from Pitch Perfect. He asked me personally through an assistant. So yeah, there you go. Anyway.
By the way, on the hat thing, I know there's been a lot of people who've registered interest that I have since gone back to you. We're asking you, this is the price. Do you want to pay for it? Yes or no? And a lot of people haven't emailed back yet, but that might just not be because you don't want them. But a lot of people have told me as well that our email falls into their spam folder. So if you have been one of those people that have registered interest, please check your spam folders. I am going to put a message in the Discord today. Because I think there is like 7 or 8 people that have registered interest that haven't been able to get in contact with us. So please do check your spam folders if that is the case, and you should see a nice little email from us. As again, I'm not in the office until Tuesday, so you'll have to wait until then for the stuff to be posted out, and you should get them by Thursday, Friday next week. But yeah, make sure you check your spam folders.
Yeah. Because everyone loves a bit of spam. Oh, we were about the... No, okay. No, never mind. Yeah. Surely the console that was DOA was the Dreamcast. I mean, the Dreamcast had more games than the Atari Jaguar, though, right? Surely the Atari Jaguar didn't have like 8 games or something like that. Like, so if we're getting technical, then unless I'm wrong, then maybe I've got the right idea, but in the wrong way. And maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't
think the Philips CD had that much more than that either. Do you remember
that? Not firsthand. Not firsthand. I do know of that from conversations that we've had previously. So I've never played Philips CD. I've played like obviously Mega CD and stuff like that, which was more successful. Although I would say not really, because I didn't really. That almost passed me by until I found my cousin had one like a couple of years after I'd kind of like given up on the Mega Drive. I was like, what? Yeah. Didn't even know this was a thing. Tearsbad says, I will buy a hat, but vodka needs first. I mean, that's understandable. That's absolutely understandable. So, yeah, I mean, as long as you're having an extra couple of glasses, one for me and Bib, then, yeah, job's good, and we'll let you off, Tearsbad. That's fine. That's fine. Or you just keep joining the loot drops every month. You're a subscriber at the moment. Just make sure you're next month's loot drop, and then you could just get another one anyway for free. I mean, that's what you've been trying for the last few months. So just do that. Just do that where you get vodka and a hat, potentially. Okay, let's talk about the news. That's what we're obviously here for. We are here to take you through 5 of the biggest stories of the day. Well, technically, it's 4 stories and your hashtag Free Game Friday reminder. Because it's Friday, we tell you how you can bag yourself a game for free every single Friday and what game that could be. So stick around for that. That's how we'll wrap things up. But we'll kick things off talking about Rocket League-ish. If you like Rocket League and golf, then yeah, nice. There is a very, very Rocket League-like game called Turbo Golf Racing that has been announced, and it is coming to exclamation mark Game Pass. So we'll kick things off looking at that one. Then we will jump into a conversation that I've actually seen a lot of people in the communities around Ice Cream Uploads talking about, and that is the fact that Fortnite's no building mode will be made permanent, according to dataminers. Obviously, take that with a pinch. But a lot of people that I know that have been, I'm not interested in Fortnite, or I used to play Fortnite, I've been talking about Fortnite again. And you could talk about content till the cows come home, all of the superhero additions, all of the movie crossovers and things like that. but I haven't noticed anything that's moved the needle for people that were on the periphery of Fortnite as much as changing their main gameplay mechanic. So we'll jump into that one as story number 2. If you're a fan of Lost Ark and you want to play it, you've seen a lot of it on Twitch, but you don't have a PC, well, it could potentially be coming to console. We'll have a talk about that. We'll talk about Gran Turismo 7 being a great game and then ruined, but potentially being fixed. Can Gran Turismo 7 developers Polyphony Digital have their No Man's Sky moment? Well, it sounds like they may be trying to engineer that exact sort of thing. But from those cars into another, Bib, are you a Rocket League guy?
Yes. I am not. I love golf. I like Rocket League. I'm an old school Rocket player in terms of I was there when the PlayStation Plus boom happened with Rocket League, and I played it just like. It's kind of like watching Skate Electric, if I'm being honest. Like, it was just a car that was on rails, and I was just hitting a giant ball and hoping it went into the net. Then I watched someone like my brother, who's 15, by the way, that plays nothing but Rocket League, and is doing all these different freestyle moves. He's doing all this aerial shit. He is boosting in stages to try and get his car a little bit higher, but whilst also tilting it. And it became way too complicated for me. But the idea of mixing my favorite sport with remote control cars.
Big thumbs up. Big thumbs up.
Yeah. For you guys, all your listeners, Bibby is raising his fingers. No, he's full. He's raising his fingers.
Do you know what? Bibby, will you play this game? Jazz hands. Spirit fingers. Nice. Enough of the spirit fingers. Let's jump into the news as Jordan Midler has this story. Rocket League light golf game Turbo Golf Racing announced is coming to Game Pass at launch. The game will launch on the Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and PC. So Turbo Golf Racing, an arcade-style multiplayer game that combines racing and golf, has been announced. Let me hit play on the announcement trailer. Make sure it's muted. It is. So the game sees players bashing large balls down golf courses, large golf balls down courses in order to get them into the holes using vehicles. Developed by Huge Calf Studios. Big legs. Turbo Golf Racing will launch later this year on the Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and PC, and it will also be available on Game Pass on day one. I'm going to scroll, but try keep it on screen for those watching the trailer. The game will feature an 8-player online multiplayer mode with cross-platform play between Xbox and PC. A beta for the game will launch this spring. Players can sign up for the beta on the official website. Xbox users who are part of the Xbox Insider program will also be able to join the beta. Players will also be able to customize their cars with paint, wheels, spoilers, boosters, and several other customizable elements. Developer Huge Calf has announced that the game will receive regular free content updates. How long's left of the trailer? There we go. Perfect time for me to scroll. Quote, Turbo Golf Racing is the game we've always dreamed of making, said producer Johnny Hughes in a statement. We're incredibly proud of Turbo Golf Racing, and our plans for its future cannot wait for players to experience it firsthand when the beta launches this spring. As well as aiming to get the ball down the course in the fewest shots, players will be able to equip power cores in order to disrupt their opponents, such as a ground stomp, which will send the opponent or their ball flying. Interesting. I mean, looking at that, as we went through it, actually, let me put it back on screen again. I'll put the discussing now up as well now for those that haven't, that are just dropping in a little bit late. This is Turbo Golf Racing, which to me, looking at it, it's obviously Rocket League-esque because you're a car knocking a ball around, but it's also a bit Mario Kart-y to me. It's like Rocket League meets Mario Kart, but with a golf element, because it's not just a case of can you put the ball in the hole, you're also a bit of a race vibe to that. So, let's stop for a second. Hey, official insert coin. Welcome into the stream. Do you know what? I feel like I'm letting us down because I'm not wearing an insert coin hoodie today. But Bibby, look at that.
Well, Bibby is.
Look at that. Yeah. Oh, he's got his RPD hoodie on.
Baby.
Yeah. I mean, I do have my Diamond Dogs 84 jacket, which is it's no longer available because you've got to get your insert coin goodies when they're there, when they're hot, when they're fresh. So yeah, welcome in from official insert coin. I hope we kept it nice and warm for you. What's Bibby do? Oh, what's that one, Bib? What's that one?
that might be the Skyrim bomber jacket as well, Graham.
Oh, look at it, just hanging there looking stylish. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, we hope we kept the seat warm for you. Myself and Bib did stream over on Insert Coin on Wednesday afternoon, 2 till 5 p.m.-ish. We played some PUBG with friends. We do play quite a few games on this channel, but we also do podcasts, which is what we are recording right now. This is The Scoop, the self-titled UK's #1 video game podcast, and I've just turned off my lights. Great. This is going smooth. Yeah, so we are talking about a new game that is basically Rocket League meets golf. And we had the trailer on screen then as you came back in, so I'll go replay that again. This is an article written by Jordan Midler at VGC, and this is an embedded video within that. The trailer that was revealed in last night's, what was the showcase called? It was the Future Games show.
Game show, yeah.
Which I didn't even know was happening, to be fair. Because like we've covered the Future Games showcases content-ish around E3's. I think we didn't, because it was like a 1 a.m. start or something like that. So we were going to watch it, but then in the end we ended up like covering it the day after in the scoop. So this was announced last night in the Future Games showcase, which I didn't know was happening, but there you go. Okay, Bib, you've played some Rocket League.
Yes.
You've played a lot of Mario Karts and Sonic Racing and all that sort of stuff, and clearly you know your way around a golf course. Does this speak to you?
It does. It does. I need to see a little bit more from it. It does look, Graham. Let's take a step back.
Okay.
Let's take a step back.
I mean, it's a step back. Surely we should be reversing because we're all in vehicles in this story,
right? When it comes to playing games like this, now this is not a simulation. It doesn't take a genius to look at the trailer and go, "Do you know what? Why aren't they playing at Silverstone or something like that?" Like, this is an arcade game first and foremost. Very much like you mentioned about being like Sonic Racing.
That's not Silverstone.
And Mario Kart. This is an arcade game, which when I think of an arcade game, I immediately go to it being fun. And that's what this looks like. This genuinely looks like a very, very, very fun game to be able to play. It's taking something that I loved early in golf and then putting little remote control cars, smacking a giant ball into a very, well, I say a tiny hole, which is what golf is, but this is obviously a giant hole. But I need to see a little bit more of it because it looks crazy. It looks fast-paced. It looks fun, but it also looks like it'd wind me up because I need to know if the ball's going to go off the course.
Yeah.
Because if the ball goes off the course, that's going to do my head in. And plus, the driving mechanics need to be so tight for something like this for you to be able to turn on a dime. And if you drive past your ball, it'll be a nightmare to literally try and do a 3-point turn, go back, do another 3-point turn, knock the ball into the direction you're going in. I need to see a little bit more of it before I can commit to saying that this looks like the kind of game that I want to get involved in. I mean, it also looks like the game that I could probably be the best in the world at, if I'm being honest. But it looks fun, and that's what I want from a game like this. That needs to be the core element of something that kind of has kart racing as its core, whilst also just slamming a giant ball around. But again, it all comes down to the mechanics of how the car's going to control. But this absolutely stinks of like a full-blown 8-player multiplayer online game where you just, I don't know, couch co-op or just online where you're having, again, I keep on using the word, but that's ultimately what it comes down to when you're playing a video game. Just fun. That's all you want, a good time.
Do you know what it reminds me of? I was watching the trailer again when you were talking that. It reminds me of Marbles on stream, but with cars. Like that. Super pandemonium. Everything's kind of going all over the place. And the thing with Marbles on stream is you watch weird and wonderful stuff happening, but you are watching weird and wonderful stuff happening. I kind of feel like this is taking the chaos of Rocket League. The thing with chaos of Rocket League, it's in a wide enough space for it to be chaotic but organized chaos. So when you, like you said, me and Bibby jump into Rocket League and it's just like blah, it bounces off me, off of him, off of me, off of him, off of me, and into the top corner.
There's no
nice.
Skill.
Yes.
No skill.
Oh, great. That was actually your own goal. Oh, fuck. Okay, but give Bibby the goal instead. God damn it. But then in the same space, you can get someone like Bibby's brother who can juggle the ball off the ceiling, fly it through the sky, and then boop, into the other top corner on purpose. And it's like, okay, this I'm not sure about that, because the thing with Rocket League's arena is that that's a perfect space to practice as well as it is to play. When something's always going downhill, you're chasing it, it becomes much more difficult to play. I mean, there's probably practice arenas and things in that, but
Yeah.
the thing with that is a lot of people when playing Rocket League, your practice arena is the real. It's like I don't need to practice. I'll do it on the night. Rocket League, you are always in the night, whether you practice or not. Whereas this, some people don't want to go into practice modes. I want to get good doing what I'm doing and not going off. So this might be the simplicity of Rocket League with the madness of Marbles on Stream, but with a difficulty level that just takes it past, not to the point where people won't play it. I think it'll be Rocket League had its pop and then just never went away. People are like, okay, people are going to stop playing it though, aren't they? Oh, no. 72 years later, people are still playing Rocket League. Whereas something like this, I think this will be, okay, I've been there, I've done it. Yeah. And it becomes, for most people, the chaos and madness of chasing a ball down the hill. I've done that. It's where
this does scream as a game that's going to be on PlayStation Plus. I know I don't genuinely think that that's a stick for someone to be able to beat something with if it becomes a free to play game or it goes onto the free service later down the line, or it's something that you get with your subscription. I don't see that as being a bad thing at all. It just means that more people now get the opportunity to be able to play it, and then that community then gets boosted by the influx of new community members. Games that have benefited from that very recently is like the likes of PUBG. That game went free to play, and the player base has, I don't want to say never been stronger, but it had a massive influx of people who have probably never played it before, but now have the opportunity to do so. So I think this game might end up becoming free, either a free to play game or something that is included with your PlayStation now at some point, or Xbox, whichever one it is.
It's launching on Game Pass on day one, so
yeah.
So Xbox, it's only Xbox and PC. So when it does come to PlayStation, whether that has some sort of fee or whether it is just it will probably land with a Game Pass day one sort of announcement, but it will just be a get it on PS Plus or PS Now or whatever it's going to be called. PS Plus Now extra Spartacus thing later on down the line. I wouldn't be surprised if it does that, but yeah. Does the fact that it's coming to Game Pass day one hamper it a little bit? And this is something that I was thinking about when you there we go, start again. Okay, when we're first looking at the list of stories, I had a quick glance across this, and it was something I just thought of. Is Game Pass's strong point is the fact that you've got access to so much stuff for free. Oh my god, I say for free, air quotes free. I can jump in, I can play Halo from the off without paying for it. I can jump in and play whatever other games from the off without paying for it. So does little games, and I say that respectfully, like Turbo Golf Racing, hitting Game Pass on day one have the same impact of hitting PS Plus on day one? Because PS Plus doesn't have free for everyone, apart from whatever the 3 games are that month. So a game coming along is a bit more of an event on PS Plus. Does that mean littler games that need the cut through, like Among Us, like Rocket League, like Fall Guys, will they have the same level of impact if they launch on Game Pass day one when there's already all the other things that people can choose from for free? Could that, if this game doesn't succeed, could that be a part of it?
I don't know.
Difficult question. Go.
Yeah, I don't know what the science would be behind it, because if I was to buy something, I'd want to use it there and then. But if I know I've got something in the background, I'll be able to play it whenever I want, whenever I feel like picking it up. But that will then instantly put it further down the queue.
Yeah.
So I don't know the science, and then fucking hell, I'm thick when it comes to a lot of things. So me trying to figure out how people's brains work is just incomprehensible to me. But for me personally, if Samantha was to walk in with a fresh bacon butty, I'll be having it there and then, knowing full well I've got bacon in the fridge downstairs. You know what I mean? Like, I've got something right there in front of me because she's bought it. It's ready for me now, rather than something that I know I've already got downstairs that I'll have at any given point. That's probably a pretty good analogy that I've just thought of right on the spot there. But yeah, I don't know how the brain works in that sense, because There is loads of games on Xbox Game Pass that I have yet to install that I know I want to play, but I know they are there at any given time until I know that Xbox go, is that game that you really wanted to play that you've now got time
month
for?
left.
You've got 1 day left. Either that fucker's going tomorrow. It's like, ah! But yeah, when it comes to stuff like that, if I know I've got stuff on the back burner, I will probably pick it up whenever I can. But if something's fresh and I've paid for it with my own money, because I know instantly that I want to be able to play it, that's when I do that. But if this game is on Game Pass, unless it's something exceptional, like a first-party game or something that's dropping that's hotly anticipated, then yeah, I'll probably play it. But for something like this, unless I knew that me and you were going to be streaming it, or we was going to be having some community games or something like this, it's probably not something that I'm going to be playing on my own.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how this. Like, I'd never thought of that. Like, I would never have thought of the breadth and depth of Game Pass's variety is a weakness. It's not a weakness for us as consumers, but it is a weakness for us as consumers because it might be a weakness for the smaller developers. So to build on your bacon analogy, that's like being it's like having a big... Okay, no, let's go from bacon to sausage because I can speak in words that Bibi absolutely full on understands. We have a place near us that sells Big Dave's sausage. Not David in the chat, by the way, different Dave. But it's basically some huge mega sausage, and it's like, yeah, it tastes really good. So you've got Big Dave's sausage, which is your Halo and things like that. And that's there. You can eat Big Dave's sausage all the time. And it's like... Also... we know you've got Big Dave's sausage, but we've got these little 30% meat chipolatas as well that are actually really tasty, but they're not Big Dave's sausage. And you'd be like, oh, okay, well, now I know they're there. I'll keep it in mind, but I'm gonna keep focusing on my Big Dave's sausage. And it's like the little chipolatas are games like Turbo Golf Racing. When you have something a bigger mouthful sat there waiting to be consumed. Are you going to reach out for the little 30% meat chipolatas when you've got the 100% meat Big Dave sausage kind of thing right there?
It's a no-brainer, isn't it?
So, yeah, I wonder, will this be successful? I hope it's successful. And I hope it is. I hope Game Pass does allow for that level of independent exposure that PS Plus has had. I mean, PS Plus is good at providing free games that and giving them huge exposure that they never would have got, like Rocket League, like Fall Guys we've mentioned already, both owned by Epic now. But will that have the same impact when you don't have a very limited selection that's free this month? You have everything that's free all the time. It's difficult. It is difficult. Yeah. Very nearly a smashing the missus comment that. Smash the miss this weekend. Nice.
The thing is, games like this live and die by the community that are playing it. And again, I'm not holding anybody personally responsible for this because we genuinely can't. That would be stupid to be able to do so. But the game needs to be good enough.
Apart from Tito, I think it's definitely his fault.
Bang out of order. But for people to want to keep on coming back and playing these games, again, the ultimate needs to be fun. And they've already mentioned that there's going to be a lot of free content coming with this as well. So it's not as if they probably won't have something going out the gate, but it needs to be entertaining enough where you're not playing it 3 or 4 times. Like the Divot Derby on PGA, it's not my bag. Like it was Battle Royale Golf. It was a good mode to be able to play 3 or 4 times, but after that, it's not that entertaining. So hopefully this is something that's going to stay the course.
I
don't know why since I've become a dad, these puns just keep on falling out of my head. Do you know what I mean? Is this just something
I told you?
Is this just the dad joke just keep on coming now? Like it's like I've inherited dad jokes volume 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh no, you're only in the prologue. You've got a long way to go. Trust me. It's like in your last few months pre-dad, you would like turn your nose up at like some puns, and I was like, just you wait. You wait.
You'll embrace them.
You suddenly you just emit a black belt in bad punnery. Yes, there we go. I will take that. I never sell my big sausage. I rent it. The problem is people not wanting to buy Big Dave's sausages. It's like the retailer is hiding it in aisles with cat food. The Xbox ecosystem could help with curated suggestion for games, but it's pretty shy. I really dislike their app. That is the thing though. Is how can I put it? That there's almost sort of like expected returns on investments. So a game like a Halo, which is your Big Dave sausage, quit with the sausage analogies just because some people might be listening to this and going, no, don't follow. All I know is I'm hungry. What are we talking about? But your games like your Halos and stuff will naturally have had tons of budget invested. With an idea that they get tons of sales in return and tons of minutes of hours played and tons of microtransactions. And therefore, for that being developed for Microsoft, that commands column inches and exposure and headers and takeovers and so on. Turbo Golf Racing, much smaller team, much smaller development costs, probably smaller development time too, less column inches. And it's kind of like economies of scale, which... That was kind of one of the magical things about PS Plus. PS Plus, that got cut through. Okay, we've developed this game, and we're going to roll the dice now on if we go on PS Plus, we can say goodbye to physical or digital sales forever, because nobody's going to buy it, everyone's going to have it. But we get all of that masthead exposure that AAAs get that we don't. And that's the gamble. Sometimes it pays off. Sometimes you are Destruction All-Stars, and it doesn't. First party as well, so yikes. Yeah, it is one of those things. It's like... Other games are hidden down the cat food aisles and so on. But it's just because there's so many of them. And I hope that Xbox... provide some sort of system for that. I mean, Xbox do as such. They have Idea Xbox, which is their independent development stuff, where they work with indies to provide them support, to provide them funding, to give them better revenue streams so that they can make more independent games. And feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, this is coming off the back of Xbox not being on the level that PlayStation has been for the last generation or so. Feel free to argue that as much as you want. I'm not here for a console war. Objectively, they haven't been at the level that PlayStation has. So their Idea Xbox stuff hasn't really made any stuff that's hit as high as a Rocket League has or hit as high as a Fall Guys has. But now that they've got more eyes on, more players, massively increasing user base, some phenomenal studios under the banner and great games coming their way, that could be a way for them to go, okay, we know we've got the Starfields and stuff that are going to shit tons of money, shit tons of players. How can we get the Idea Xbox just to get 1, 2, 3 titles in a generation to step out well above their perch? PS Plus was really good for that. Xbox Game Pass is really good for other things and not that. So yeah, it coming free to Game Pass is wonderful because you get it without even having to pay for it. Nice. But will people play it? Will people know? Like, it was like Among Us. That was out for years before people knew that they could have good experiences with it. It just got lucky that it was picked up by content creators. Does Turbo Golf Racing need something like that, i.e. not in the Xbox ecosystem, to make it have its success? Possibly. It might just be crap. You never know. But yeah. Anyway, that's a deeper story. We'll put a pin in that one. Yeah. And start talking about another 3D game that had some decent breakout success. I suppose if you're into that kind of thing, I suppose. Andy Chalk, a PC gamer, has the story. Fortnite's no building mode will be made permanent, data miners say. Multiple data miners have found evidence indicating that the limited time mode will be sticking around. So, by the way, shout out to PC Gamer. I know we've showed this before. Is it PC Gamer and GameSpot as well that have this? Listen to this article. This stuff is wonderful. If we for whatever reason can't scoop, just go to yourself, take yourself to PC Gamer, GameSpot, or sites that have this. It's meant to be for accessibility purposes, but it's actually really good if you want to listen to the news whilst you're working and you don't have the time to sit and read it. You can just click that and it'll play through the whole article. It's really good. Anyway, Epic recently.
I'll just download the MP3 and then put it out as a scoop episode, Graham.
Fucking genius. No, nobody listened to that. That's not copyright at all. It's absolutely our voices. I do sound like Epic recently switched off building in. I don't know if that's how it sounds.
It does. It sounds like that.
So Epic recently switched off building in Fortnite's default mode. A change explained by the way of a convoluted story trailer that ends with a surprise appearance by Doctor Strange. As Jodie put it at the time, video games Exclamation mark. The change was meant to be a temporary novelty, although we predicted that a no-build mode could become a permanent option if it was sufficiently popular. We are therefore not all surprised that multiple data miners have discovered evidence that Epic is in fact planning on keeping the no-building option around on a full-time basis. TweeBR said on March the 21st that the no-builds LTM that will be available after 8 days will be called Solo No-Build Battle Royale. There will also be no-building modes for duos, trios, and squads as well. Hypex corroborated the claim a couple of days later, saying there are separate no-building modes that can be enabled, that they can enable anytime after the LTM ends, and also that most loading screen tips have been changed to say in modes with building enabled. End quote. We said when the no-building mode was announced that removing a central element of the game might seem like a high-risk move, but Fortnite has thrived for years, largely on the strength of reinvention. It's a battle royale, the same as PUBG, Apex Legends, and Warzone, and yet it's a completely different kind of experience, one in which any number of Marvel superheroes, Olympians, and or hip-hop stars can warp in, kick ass, and be on their way without anyone raising an eyebrow. Changing it yet again, ironically, by making it more like its genre bedfellows, actually fits pretty well with with the Fortnite formula, and it appears to be going. Do you know what? We can stop there. It's doing good. Nice. There's so much going on. Great. We get the idea. Fortnite introduced no building. They took building away, is the way to put it. But they yeeted one of their main functions from within the game, and it's a godsend. We said it would be. So just want to point out that PC Gamer predicted that it might work. We did as well. Not the only ones, right? No, yeah. we said we think this could work. We said that this is it's either two ways of approaching it. It either brings in the people that were like, I like Fortnite, I just don't want to build, or it gets rid of the excuse. A lot of people will just go. A lot of people, naturally, and it's not a bad thing. Just don't like Fortnite. People like what they like, and if they don't like Fortnite, that's fine. But a lot of people will use the excuse of I just don't want to build, and this kind of eradicates that excuse now. Okay, well, there's no building now. Go and fill your boots. I didn't say fill your pants. Then that's not that. Shit my pants.
Shit my pants.
It's a different thing. That's a different thing. This gets rid of that excuse and then gives people the chance to either go, do you know what? I just don't want to play Fortnite. Okay, that's fine. The other ones, it gives them the opportunity to go, okay, I'm going to give it a proper fair shake of the dice now. And yeah, it's. I've watched a bit of it. It looks really good. And the thing is, like, seeing your character have good body movements. Like when you jump, your player doesn't just go. It's like they jump and they do that thing that you almost see in superhero movies, games, where the animations are fully mapped, like multiple frames within the animation, where you see the players leaping and their arms are going, and they hit the floor and they stagger and readjust, and then they transition into the next animation effortlessly. There are other battle royales that I spend a lot of time playing that don't have athletic movements like that. Not naming any names. So if Fortnite can do that stuff as a limited time mode, then yeah, nice. That just shows how well developed that game is, and yeah, I'm glad that the no building stuff is sticking around. What are your thoughts, Pip?
Yeah, I mean, it's a hill. I say this phrase quite a lot. It's a hill that I will die on. But Fortnite is a much better game than PUBG, in my opinion. I get on with Fortnite so much better, and I would be a much better player if I come up against people who it's just a shootout. My shooting is so much better on that than it is building, but it's the building that lets me down. I would have won so many more games on that, and now I've got the opportunity to be able to do this at any given time. It just, for me, it is a much better game. It feels like PUBG is more catered towards a particular audience, and Fortnite's catered towards a completely different one. And I don't think that takes any kind of that's a common sense statement. Yeah. If I'm being perfectly honest, like it's kind of cut and dry. They are two complete. Like you could arguably say that PUBG is more of a military shooter. It's built for that kind of audience, whereas Fortnite is. I don't want to say it's built for children, but the bright colours and the Funko Pop-ish nature of it is obviously catered towards that. So the mechanics of the game are infinitely better than what they are in PUBG. Apart from the shooting in PUBG, I will give you that. The PUBG shooting and the weapon customization is fantastic. If that came to Fortnite, that would be amazing. But It's not. If
Yeah,
you're going
I
for
don't think
like
that I don't think that ever
it's
will
not
come to
that.
Fortnite because it's a slightly different thing. I mean, Lotus has said the same thing to you there. Fortnite is catered to kids. I don't believe that is the case. I think Fortnite is catered towards families or catered towards everyone in the same way that Toy Story is not a kids' film. It's a film that kids can watch, but it's a film that anyone can watch, and I will fight anyone that says I can't watch it. Are we being replaced? And all that sort of shit. Yes, like in that same sort of way, Toy Story and Fortnite are the same thing. It's a Pixar game. Effectively, it's a game for everyone, whereas PUBG is not a game for everyone. So I won't say. I mean, for me, I think PUBG is a better game for Fortnite. But imagine that people having different opinions on the internet.
Yeah.
However, I think Epic is a better developer than Bluehole, PUBG Corp, Craft, and whatever name they're going to be these days, because they are a better, longer standing, faster flowing developer from the output that they've put out. I think that they can go bigger and quicker. But that's this. We have to remember this is a developer that has their own engine that has millions of billions of pounds of revenue. So that's not surprising. That's not surprising. So yeah, I think Fortnite is a better developed game, but I think PUBG is a better game for me.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I dare people to play to play Fortnite for 10 hours. Just have 10 hours or 10 matches and tell me that you didn't even have fun in at least one
yeah,
of those matches. Like I would find it extremely difficult to believe that people didn't have at least one good, enjoyable match in there. They probably won't admit it, and I think a lot of people have already written it off because of the stigma that comes around it. But I genuinely, I was one of those people. I would never play Fortnite. I thought it was definitely not my type of game. I'm not a massive battle royale fan anyway, and I did think it was catered towards kids. But
it's
you play
so
it,
well made
change
though.
your opinion.
It is so
Change your
well
opinion.
made. That's the thing. Like if you get like Lotus, we absolutely need you to jump in with us and play some. Obviously, we've jumped in and
Oh,
played
he was lights it
some
up.
Fortnite. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Because it's not your main game, and it doesn't need to be for me in that sort of sense. But when you jump in, you can just be creative and stupid and over the top and like just the other day, me and you were belly crawling to the Mission Impossible theme tune in a serious shooter game. Imagine doing that where you've got like all these stupid over the top weapons and stuff. So it's just really well made. And the fact that there's the no building stuff allows people that don't want to play building games, they want to play shooter BRs, but with all of the fun and creativity of Fortnite. I think that's a really good thing then, because ironically it breaks down the walls and allows people to get into it. And that's the thing. A lot of people I know dislike Fortnite, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I will 100% choose a more realistic, gritty, modern warfare-esque shooter like PUBG than something that's cartoonified like a Fortnite. But it's such a great game. And I'm glad that the no building mode has had such a big impact that a lot of people that I've never seen even playing Fortnite before have jumped in. So it's good to see.
I mean, even the people who are very good at shooting, like Lotus, and I'm going to put him in a category of some of the best content creators out there. People like Ninja, people like Shroud, people like Summit, who are so good at winning games, coming up with the clutch moments, and their shooting. I would put him in that category. I know a lot of people see that as being ridiculous, but watch Lotus play, you'll absolutely understand.
I'm just going to
Before
stop you
going
for a
into
second because Lotus said I don't want to play because Bib hates PUBG. I
well,
can't.
find an episode where I've said that for a start.
I mean, I can't trust you now because does Bibby really think this good stuff about Lotus, or is he just trying to win him back over? Which one is it?
I think it's a total cunt anyway, so I don't care whether or not he likes me or not.
Literally got
But
my
putting you into a scenario where it's and a game like Fortnite, that the mechanics are so tight for you to be able to shoot. If you can do it on PUBG, believe me, that will transition so well into a game like Fortnite, and you don't have to worry about people throwing up fucking walls in front of you now. It's just literally, if they're hiding behind the tree, that tree can come out, my friend. Fire a rocket at it, get your gun out, start shooting them. Like, you would literally be lighting it up there. And I do believe that the people who probably haven't played it before and think it's probably catered to a different audience, it's free to play, man. You can play it on anything. Just try it. Give me an hour or 5 matches of your time, and believe me, if you don't walk away with at least one smile on your face after each of those games or the 1 hour, I'll call you a fucking liar.
Soph says PUBG's more realistic apart from the new gear being more like COD. I agree with that. The thing with PUBG was it didn't need that, and that's my worry. Is I do know that the game needs new stuff to keep new players for it to be relevant forever. But the thing that made PUBG so beautiful was that it didn't have respawns. It didn't have gulags, even though that's garbage. It didn't have spotter scopes and tack bags that can put all this stuff in. It didn't even have, and I love them, BMXs and bicycles and things like that. It just had 100 people drop and fight dead game. That's super simple. 100 in, 1 leaves. Do you know what? It's not quite 100 men, but 2 men.
2 men enter.
1 man leaves. Very nice. But 100 enter, 1 leaves. And that's what it was. But PUBG naturally has to develop beyond that. And I do feel PUBG might lose its way with that. The beauty that Fortnite has is that Fortnite's always had we'll fucking shit up all the time. So I do feel like Fortnite has a better future-proofed concept than PUBG, whereas PUBG has the issue of trying to keep its legacy whilst also trying to be fresh at the same time, which we already see has problems. Fortnite has 1 map. PUBG has, do you want Erangel or Miramar or Haven, or do you want to go into the training map? We're going to put you into the training map, but now you've got directional change training, and we'll soon be adding 1v1 training maps as well, so you can go in and 1v1 people. And do we mention Haven's back? Oh, Sanok's gone, by the way, but that still exists as well. Oh, and Karikit, and it's like, okay, what? Fortnite's like, yeah, 1 map. 1 map. So, yeah. Anyway, the point being, wrapping all of that up, Fortnite actually has some really, really great functions within there. Doesn't have to be a main game, but whilst the no building stuff's in there, I would implore people to go and try, particularly with friends. And to reference another podcast, one that heavily inspires this show, so the Kind of Funny Games Daily crew. So Kind of Funny is a content creation outfit made by journalists. And on their Games Daily show, they were talking about the other night, a couple of them went in to play games, and the idea was, we'll stay on until we get a dub, and then we'll jump off. When it got to like midnight and they'd not won a game, they decided to jump off anyway. But they weren't streaming it. And as content creators that make content across Twitch, YouTube, the Kind of Funny channels, or their own channels, none of them were streaming it. They just had a really good time. They went in, were like, okay, we'll play a few games, we get a win, and we get off. 3 hours later, we were like, okay, we better go to bed, because they had that much fun. And it's that sort of game. Like, PUBG can...
One more game.
Yeah, and it's not. It's almost like it's not even the go on. Well, let's get one more win, because that's almost what PUBG pushes you into. Like, yeah, let's destroy some fools. Whereas Fortnite, let's just go be stupid. Yeah, and it's in that sort of sense for me. I use the phrase all the time. It's a palate cleanser, a change of pace, a breath of fresh air. In terms of sometimes PUBG you just like get in the zone. Sometimes it's nice to just be outside of the zone, in a stupid other zone elsewhere. PUBG has third person, ruins it for me. See, I much prefer watching PUBG in first person, but I'm stuck in the third person mindset now because I've been playing it that much. When I play PUBG on PC, it's first person. When I play PUBG on PC with a controller, my brain can't get around the fact that I'm playing on a controller in third person in PUBG. But when I'm on my console, third person, nice. Yeah, so yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. I much prefer FPS than FPP than TPP, but PUBG has kind of weirdly conditioned me over the last 4 years. PUBG also knows the shit out of it, but you still can't stop playing. Exactly. So we'll play a bit of Fortnite, and then that'll stop you playing, and then you come back anyway. But yeah, 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Ladies and gentlemen, dying times here. The amount of times I've heard that and not realised it from beyond the Thunderdome is ridiculous. Did you not realise that? Mad Max, 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. FPP, you know G, yeah, exactly. First person, definitely. That's the way. This is the way. But I will always jump into third person on PUBG because they've broken me. Nice. Okay, do you know what is broken? Lost Ark. On consoles, because it's not there. It's not my greatest tedious link, but we'll go with it. Nice. Sean Murray at The Gamer has this article. It says, Amazon will consider porting Lost Ark to consoles if fans really want. I'm assuming that should have an it, but that's just a quote that they've been able to take out of it. So anyway, the tagline says, it worked for Diablo, so why not Lost Ark? So Lost Ark's global release was a huge success, culminating in 1.3 million concurrent players on Steam alone. To date, Lost Ark has accumulated over 20 million player accounts, making it one of the biggest games on PC today. But why stop at PC? There's really nothing preventing the game from making the leap to consoles other than some technical issues, so why not increase those numbers even more? After all, it worked for Diablo 3. That's something that Amazon and Smilegate seem to at least be considering. In an interview with VG247, although, stop for a second. I miss VG247. I used to love VG247, but their website, their new website, I say new, it's been around for, I don't know, best part of a year now. It's just rubbish. Sort it out, VG247. Anyway, in an interview with VG247, Amazon Games' Sumin Park revealed that the tech giant would consider a Lost Ark console port so long as the interest was there. If Lost Ark on consoles is something the fans really want, they said, then I think it's something both parties would consider. On the surface, at least, porting Lost Ark to modern consoles seems to be a no-brainer. Diablo 3 went from selling 12 million copies on PC to selling over 30 million copies across PC, PlayStation, and Xbox by 2015. While there are always some technical challenges porting a PC game to consoles, Lost Ark, Cyberpunk anyone? Lost Ark doesn't appear to be any more challenging to get it working on a controller, so a port to PS4 and PS5 and Xbox One / Series X and S would likely just supercharge the game's sales. As Park noted elsewhere in the interview, South Korea's success in reaching a wider global audience goes far beyond just games. Shows like All of Us Are Dead, still haven't watched by the way, and Squid Game confirms that Korean media transcends national boundaries, and that's all the more proven in Lost Ark's success. We can stop there. We don't need to go through the rest of the article. But Amazon potentially open to the idea of porting Lost Ark to consoles. What are your thoughts, Pip?
Yeah, I think this would be an inspired decision, Graham, because MMOs on home consoles, there is quite a few of them, and there is quite a few standout ones. We always talk about ESO. Neverwinter, I think that's petered off quite a bit. Obviously got Black Desert, I think it's called. So there is quite a few on there already. However, there is one massive missing function from those MMOs, and it's the reason why more people play MMOs on PC. And unfortunately, it's this little bastard. Using a controller in an MMO is all well and good, but compare that to playing an MMO with a keyboard and mouse. If you had the keyboard and mouse on console, I can guarantee you no one would be using this, and that would even be coming from people who don't like using keyboard and mouse. It's just everything's so much more convenient. Having all of your casts being able to be hotkeyed to a particular key on your keyboard, which makes more sense to you than holding L2, L1, then pressing triangle to be able to cast something. Like, the reason I started playing it, I started my 500-hour journey on my PlayStation and then move over to PC to play ESO, was the fact that I could use keyboard. Like, it just became so much easier after watching people stream it and then having Minion running in the background, which will give you more information on your map, more information on your HUD, customizable HUD, so you can put anything anywhere you want. You want your map to be a little bit bigger in the top right hand corner? No worries, we'll do that for you. If you want your current quest to be listed on the screen, don't worry, we've got that for you. It's just there's so many
absolute salesman. Look at this. Bibby's selling you mouse and keyboard. If you haven't got one, you're buying one by the end of this stream.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the difference between playing an MMO on PC and then playing it on console. It's just the user interface and the functionality of using a controller which has a limited amount of buttons compared to a PC that has a mouse and keyboard with nearly infinite amount of combinations being able to be put in there. Lost Ark will do extremely well on console, regardless of whether or not people are going to be using mouse and keyboard. I just think that taking it the next step of being able to use mouse and keyboard on your console, the options would be unlimited. Like Halo, you can play Halo on your Xbox Series S and X with a mouse and keyboard. You can play the vast majority. You can play Fortnite on your console, PlayStation or Xbox, doesn't matter, with a mouse and keyboard. I just can't believe in this day and age that when it comes to MMOs, they're not able to do that. And it must be down to PvP. That's the only thing that I can think of. Like, they'll have to segregate out people from worlds who are using mouse and keyboard and who aren't, because it would be a little bit difficult to be able to probably challenge someone who's using mouse and keyboard in PvP. But fuck it, do you know what I mean? Like, just put it in there, just let people do what they want. If people complain after the fact, they might be able to find out. But just put it in there and see how it goes, because I'm still yet to be able to see that. It's genuinely annoying.
I mean, getting mouse and keyboard makes it fair for people that have to play against Lotus as well. So there's that too. So, you know, the Triggermeister. I mean, this is kind of a no-brainer for me. Like them considering porting Lost Ark to consoles. Absolutely agree with the sentiment that consoles. I mean, consoles are for people that don't want PCs. Effectively, I know this is super simplifying, but if you don't want the faff of having to get a PC and set it up and download launchers and choose which launcher is best for you and create accounts on them and then download the games and then plug in your peripherals, blah, 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 just get yourself a console. Pick up your controller. There's a little bit of a setup at the beginning where you've got to create your PlayStation accounts or your Xbox accounts or whatever, and yeah, there you go. Nice. But there are still people out there that have consoles that want a little bit more. They're not quite ready to go full PC, but I'd be open to that. Or some people are full PC that just want the accessibility of a console in the living room or something like that and still want to play mouse and keyboard. So yeah, makes absolutely. There's money left on the table for this. This game, Lost Ark, we're talking about, it's massive. It was massive before it even launched over here. Varsilla Effect, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome into the stream. There is money left on the table if Lost Ark decides to go, actually, we're not going to move to console. And we are going to move to console, and we are not going to take mouse and keyboard. I think adding one and then the other, they are not two separate things, but they are both things that could have a huge input in moving Lost Ark into new audiences. Lost Ark is a huge Korean game that is massively engineered toward PC because that's where those kind of games are only available. That's not necessarily that you have to be on PC to play RPGs, but RPGs are kind of only on PC in that sort of sense. So yeah, money left on the table. Something as big as that will churn interest and then allow people to unlock better ways to play, better air quotes, with mouse and keyboard, then yeah, makes sense.
I'm literally playing Football Manager in my front room on my Series S with a laptop tray, my keyboard and a mouse. So like when the boys are asleep in his bouncer or in his cot or whatever, just put the TV on, get the laptop tray out, mouse and keyboard, bosh, and be able to play Football Manager. Obviously, I can't stay in this room all the time anymore like I used to do because of him, which isn't a bad thing. Look after your fucking children. But
I mean, some people are like, fuck it, I'm going to stay in this room because I've got a kid. That's not the way.
The portability of being able to have the option to be able to do that is just... it's infinitely better. I mean, if I could afford it, have you seen those new screens that have come out? They're like 250 quid that turns your Xbox Series S
or a little fold up, like Project S or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. 250 quid though. I mean, it's a lot of money to be able to throw away on a screen, but that would be amazing, having a portable console, being able to play it wherever you want. That's the dream. But
I mean, like, all I'm going to say is, I mean, you're whipping out a console tray, a laptop tray, and then a keyboard and a mouse. You could just grab a controller and jump into PUBG. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
I'd have to play PUBG then.
Fuck you. Lotus says, kind of nice being able to feel my face again. Have you? What in terms of? I was assuming that was a dentistry thing, but I don't know. Have you been on the old ones? I don't know. Give me the information. Vasila, hey, thank you for dropping into the chat as well. I wish I could play Lost Ark, but I don't have PC. See, Lost Ark is definitely more of a Bibby game than a Graham game.
Absolutely.
But it being on consoles I probably still wouldn't play it. There's nothing wrong with that, but it would definitely bring it closer to me to be able to play that. And tons of people, I know tons of people that would love the idea of playing any forms of major PC RPGs, but on console. And like I said, money left on the table. It will print their money. If Diablo 3 can over double what they had in sales, was it from 12 million on PC or something to 30 million across PC and console?
That's mega.
It's a no-brainer. So yeah, definitely go for it. Is Football Manager better than FIFA? Different horses, I would say. It depends what you're into. I would probably more, not probably, I would be more inclined to play FIFA than I would Football Manager. I'm a big football fan, and I'm a full sort of like managerial sort of person as well. So, but only in the levels of I would play a career mode in a FIFA or a Master League in a PESI football before playing Football Manager, because I still want to be able to play the games and stuff. Bibby, would you play? Bibby would play PUBG, but he can't see the woods for the trees. He can't see the floor for the trees.
I was the one that got the wins. Do you know what I mean? Winner Bibby, winner chicken Bibby. That's what they call me from now on.
Winner Bibby dinner. Let's go.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, he's the bee in PUBG, player unknown Bibi Grounds. That's what it is. There you go. Okay, so from one game potentially coming to somewhere pretty nice on consoles to one game that came to consoles and was pretty nice, but then suddenly got a little bit patchy. Gran Turismo 7. This is something that was pretty highly regarded by players like Timeless in our community that had a great time with Gran Turismo 7, but then it showed its true colours. Well, it seems like they're taking a step back from that. Martin Robinson at Eurogamer has this article. It says Gran Turismo 7 players get 1 million free credits and the ability to sell cars as Sony addresses a troubled launch. U-turn. So since it came out at the beginning of March, Gran Turismo 7 hasn't had the smoothest of rides, thanks in no small part to its implementation of some pretty grim microtransactions tied in with a protracted grind for in-game credits as well as server outages, which rendered the game's single-player campaign unplayable. After a half-hearted apology that asked players to take a longer-term view, Polyphony Digital has seen sense to deliver a more fulsome response, gifting players with 1 million in-game credits and outlining the near-term updates for Gran Turismo 7 that will address the problems. A new update is promised in early April that will make greater moves to improve the in-game economy, as detailed below. This is a bullet-pointed list, by the way, if you can't see this. It's increased rewards in the event of the latter half of World Circuits by approximately 100% on average. Addition of high rewards for clearing circuit experience in all gold / all bronze results. Increase of rewards in online races. Include a total of 8 new 1-hour endurance race events to missions. Increase the upper limit of non-paid credits in player wallets from 20 million credits to 100 million credits. Increase the quantity of used and legend cards on offer at any given time. And beyond that, there will be more World Circuit events added, full endurance events, including 24-hour races online track. Basically, increase everything. Give you more way of earning credits and give you more opportunities to get them and more can be stored. Nice. Okay. Quotes. We want to thank you for your continued patience and valuable feedback as we grow and evolve Gran Turismo 7 to make it as enjoyable and rewarding for as many players as possible, wrote the series creator Kazunori Yamauchi as he wrapped up the update post. I just want to point out as well, Yamauchi was the person that was basically the half-hearted apology they were talking about was the one where he came out and says, yeah, cars are expensive, but cars are expensive in real life too, which was a shit apology. This is a bit better. We always want to keep communication lines open with our community so that we can work together to build the best racing experience possible. Gran Turismo 7 launched earlier this year, reintroducing a proper campaign after its absence in the online-focused GT Sport, and despite its troubles and frustrations that come with an always online single-player campaign, it's a fantastic and full-blooded return for the series. I don't know, is this they had a thing here. This thing here, this box at the bottom it was almost like an Instagram Reels sort of like way of flicking through the news summarized, and I flicked through that before, and it was actually really good. Like a lot of people don't want to read full news articles; they don't have time for it, whatever. But that was a really good addition. Anyways, it's not there now; it's changed to something about Assassin's Creed. So GG's, something great to something meh. But where was it? Was it no? There was. Is it this one? Oh yeah, there we go. It links through to their more fulsome response where they've got all of the details that we've kind of been through. I won't go through that now, but that we can share the article with you if you want access to it, so you can go read through Kazunori Yamauchi's speech. They have basically said, yeah, we realise we have made things too expensive. You have to grind for too long to get access to all of this sort of stuff. We are listening to you guys and we are fixing that, which you have to applaud, but not forget that they did try to tell you, we are sorry that you are wrong. We are sorry that you are offended, not that we are wrong, is what their first bit. Yeah, the cars are meant to be expensive because some things are expensive. No, you're not listening to the point. This is bullshit. So they have got there eventually, which you have to give them the applause for that. Just don't forget the other bit. Anyway, what are your thoughts, babe?
Yeah, we did mention. I can't remember. Was it Monday's episode when we was talking about it? It could have even been last week. But we said, will we ever see this Gran Turismo turn a corner again? Because I think this was at Metacritic at maybe 20, which is extremely low for a first party game coming out like this. It
came through. It was a 2.5 rating, whereas the ones that were closest to it were like 3 point something. It's not this article, but I did see an article that said that the Metacritic score, the user score, had gone down to 1.5 since we last covered it the other day, which is tragic for a game that is as good as this game is, and it is good. It is a good game. So yeah, for those that didn't see it, the Metacritic user score, there's the critic score, which is based on approved journalists and news sites, and then you've got the user score, which is anyone can go and go. I'm a user. That's what I think. User scores are a little bit more volatile because a lot of people just go, fuck this shit. I'm not enjoying it right now. 1 out of 10, and it's some people just haven't no ability to stagger something completely different. Their reviews, and it's like it's either great or shit or average. 1, 5, and 10. I don't need anything else. I'll give it a score out of 3. Good, bad, and okay. Yeah. However, for it to be dragged down by everyone, for every person that hates it, there's usually another person that loves it. But for it to get 1.5, ouch. And that isn't respective of the quality of the game, but that is respective of the quality of their decisions around the game. Anyway, sorry, over to you, Bib. You were saying...
Yeah, we asked if whether or not we think that this game would turn a corner, and we said it had the capabilities. Like underneath there, the foundation of this game, as a game, and not anything else that's around the outside with the microtransactions, stuff like that. The foundation that they have for this game to be a success and be on the shelf is very good. We know that. The scores reflect that. However, the changes that they made to the game and everything else that comes around it that makes the game replayable way after the fact of you maybe just completing the campaign, that's the stuff that people don't like. And the microtransaction heavy stuff, it pissed a lot of people off, which is obviously what you just alluded to then, where people are bombing the scores just to be able to try and bring it down to basically not vote with the wallets because they've already had it and they enjoyed the game, but then to have the core game taken away from them or make it unachievable. That's when people go, do you know what, this isn't right. We'll use our voices in the best way possible, which isn't just going to Twitter and atting them and calling them cunts and saying that this is the worst game ever. It's literally going to something like Metacritic, which most of the PR companies within Sony will be going, do you know what, people are hating this. Like, we cannot have that score on this board. It's
funny because you say not viewing with the wallets because they've already done that. It's almost not voting. It's almost voting with other people's wallets though, because if you drag that overall standard rating of it down, this is shit, I can tell because there is an approved source that says it's shit, then you are voting with other people's wallets because other people will then go, well, I'm not going to buy that then. So it's almost like, okay, you've already duped me, you won't dupe anyone else.
Yeah. So that's essentially what they've done. They've put them in a position where it's not a viable option if it's on the shelf for someone else to be able to buy, which is going to hurt them. And that's exactly what they've done. And it's commendable because they've had to look at it and go, do you know what? We need to change that. We need to increase the profiteering internally, as in the game. We need to increase the profiteering of finishing that race by 30,000 coins so that it's actually an achievable goal to be able to get there. They've compensated players with 1 million coins. I don't know what that means. And on paper, 1 million coins sounds a lot.
Here's
the car that you want
an amount.
Is 107. Yeah. If it's 107 million, you're still obviously a way off. So I don't know what off that 1 million coins would be in the currency of the game. If it was like V-Bucks or something, that's a lot of V-Bucks. But
it was like, there was something the other day, the article that we read, it was like one of the top cars was either 2 or 3 million. So it would be enough to buy quite a lot of things, but it wouldn't be enough to give you top end level stuff in that game.
Yeah. So it puts a dent.
Yeah.
No pun intended. It puts a dent in the total amount. So yeah, it's a step in the right direction. My problem is, and the issue is, whenever someone or people review bomb something, it's very difficult to get that score back up again because people hate stuff, they talk about it, they bomb it. If they start enjoying it again, are they going to go back and review that score again?
A lot of them, no. A lot of them's got, no, okay, you've had my score. It is what it is. I felt it at the time, which I'm indifferent about. I feel like if you didn't want your game to be review bombed, then you shouldn't have made shit managerial decisions at one point. But then again, it's my job it's not my job as a reviewer to constantly go back in and amend my review for your game. It's just like it is your job to produce a great game. So if you didn't want a shit review, then you should have produced. There's all sorts of differing opinions and stuff on it. But yeah, it is hard for games to fixing it. bits in it. Lumps. Thank you very much for the 32 bits, dude. Yeah. Appreciate that, dude. As always, thank you very much. Just dropping 32 bits out of nowhere. Yes, it is hard for them to pull that back up, which is the reason why we see things like Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is now rated good overall, or whatever it is, on Steam when it pulls it back up, because I feel like games should be criticised, but then also should, if people are passionate enough to shit on it, they should be passionate enough to go, do you know what, I appreciate what you've done. And at the moment, it seems like Gran Turismo are doing stuff. We will have to see how far that goes and whether it goes far enough. But as it seems right now, GG's. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it. What we'll do, though, is just jump back up through the comments, because I did miss a few. Vasilla says, oh, my Slack's alive and it's making noises. Nice. I'd be more interested in FIFA if my country had a legit team. Nothing is better than hitting Football Manager and watching a series on the weekend, says Lake. That's the only thing. I wish I enjoyed Football Manager before, because it's absolutely a game that you can play whilst doing other things or whilst watching things. 100%, it's the perfect game for that. I just can't. I've tried two, 3 times, and I just can't get into it. So
get it on your iPad, Graham. Get it in the mobile version. You're good to go then.
I mean, the last one I did was on. It was when they added their first one to iPhones, and I got like 1-2 seasons in, and I was like, nah, I'm just not feeling it. It's not gripped me. So Vasila says he doesn't have a legitimate football team. Tito says, are you Scottish then? No, Philippines. I wonder, you might even be our first. I mean, the chances are we've got we're past 3,000 followers recently, so the chances are we've probably had someone from the Philippines viewing before, but I can't remember someone speaking up from the Philippines. So welcome in. Although I did see you saying you weren't actually in the Philippines, so welcome in the Philippines in general. They're more into basketball in that country, which is weird. We're all short. Everyone is short compared to basketballers. I work with a guy who was an amateur basketball. He was an amateur basketball? That's a pretty interesting job. I'm assuming you mean basketballer, but he was 7'3". That's just, 5'11". Never. Nope. No, basketball players, there you go. Nice. I wish we could say can't here in America. Such a fun word to say. I'm assuming that was when Bibby said cunt.
Yeah.
I was watching Tiggleton. It was a PUBG god, basically, the other day, and he's an Aussie. And Australians use the word cunt all the time, cunt. And he's like, the thing is, though, like, Americans, a lot of Americans don't like the word cunt. I mean, in Britain, the word cunt was one of the few words that was banned from being able to be said on the BBC. You could say you fuck, shit, balls, crap, whatever, but you couldn't say cunt. Which is why if you go down south, I went down to like Brighton once and said the word cunt, called my mate Foster a cunt, because I call him a cunt. Oh, you cunt, or whatever. And everyone just like in earshot just went, and I was like, what? What's up? You can't say that. Can't say what? I was like, really? Wow.
It's so bad. I mean, my vocabulary, being from where I am, swearing is just like it's just included in your vocabulary. It's just obviously when I need to be professional, I can refrain from using it. But if it's just general conversations, like I talk to you, the way you talk to me, and the way that we talk to our community and stuff like that, everyone is basically adults. It's very rare that we have anyone probably under the age of 20 coming into our stream, so it's just the casual cunting consists. But it's one of those things for me. Is I can, if I need to, I can taper it down, but it's genuinely part of my everyday vocabulary, which isn't look at me, I'm above the kind of general Queen's English kind of thing, but it's just who I am. Do you know what I mean, Graham? It's just who I am. It's enforced on me at a young age.
And we love you for the cunt you are. Well, I was watching that Tiggleton stream the other day, and he's like, the thing is, me as an Aussie, when I say it, it's almost like a 3-letter word. You can't, like that. He says, but when Americans say it, there's the T, you cunt. And he says, and that just makes it a bit more venomous. He says, maybe it's the lack of the T when we say it, but yeah, I suppose it's the way. It's definitely the way it's delivered. Like, oh, you dickhead. Yeah, you dickhead. But someone could be, you dickhead. Like the way that Bibby, when he made Samantha jump on that, yeah, you dickhead. I mean, there's venom and there's non-venom, so yeah. Anyway, yeah, feel free to use the word cunt in these streams. We don't mind. As long as you're not being a cunt, you can be a cunt. It's fine. It's the delivery. It's the delivery. So yes, there you go. Where did we get to? That's why it's so weird for PI. Is that Philippines? Is that the short code for Philippines? To love a game that almost requires you to be over 6 foot at least to play professionally. I mean, I'm almost 6 foot, and I've got no chance of basketball. Good night, all. Saturday morning. Love you all. Thanks for the fun. Thank you very much, Lake. Go get yourself some sleep. It's amazing that he's talking to us from the future. How is he speaking to us from Saturday? It's amazing. It's Friday. Good night, Lake. Lake, tears bad. Appreciate you dropping in, dude. Then we catch up to Lumps' bits. The sim part turn you off? Kind of, yeah. I like to play it after I've made all my changes. So I like building the squad. This is why I like Master Leagues and things like that in football games, because you build your squad and you get your signings, and then it doesn't quite gel and you have to make changes, but you get to live the changes through the gameplay, whereas you live with the consequences of the changes in a manager game. And I want to be able to try and impact the consequences more than having to live with them, kind of thing. So I think it's that. Good afternoon, lads and lasses, says Lumps. Yeah, I don't want to support America's soccer teams. Any football, I'll watch it all. You know, if that was all that was there, I'd watch it. It'd be right. Yep. Don't use cunt down south. Yeah, exactly. Cunt. Everyone down here bloody says it. I'm down south. Yeah, but you're close enough to falling off the bottom, aren't you? You're not that far. No, Tiro's the one that's close enough to falling. I don't know. You must be in the wet lettuce part of the south. So they couldn't do that anymore. Exactly. In Yorkshire, cunt is the opposite of could. I could do it, or I couldn't do it. I don't know. I'm recalling a little every time you say it. Sorry. Everyone's a little. Oh, what's the song? Everyone's a bit of a cunt sometimes. The Partridge-esque sort of song. Was it Partridge? I don't know. You still can't say it on TV. At one point, it could only be used in a film, which is odd because it's practically used almost as a surname in real life. Can you still not say it on TV? I knew that was the case when I was at uni, because we were looking at regulatory guidelines, and you couldn't say cunt on the BBC even past the 9 p.m. watershed. I mean, you could see boobs and all of that stuff, and you could say fuck whilst looking at a penis, but for a certain amount of seconds, but you can't actually say the word cunt, which is bizarre. But there you go. You must be a wet leg, or ditch it. What does ditch not like the word cunt? I don't know. What? You still can't say on. I've done that bit. We should have a cunt counter in the top corner. It must have been said a record-breaking amount today. Good point, Lucas. Good point. Do you know what? Maybe next time we'll get one set up and added to the chat bot, and we'll just have like exclamation mark cunt one or something like that, which adds one bing, 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 bing. Anyway, we're going to wrap things up because we are well over time. We're about an hour and 20-ish minutes into this episode, and it's supposed to be an hour-long program, so we're going to pull things together. Closing thoughts then, babe. GT7, Sony are addressing troubled launch. Good moves, a little too late, not enough. What are your thoughts?
No, I think they've reacted quickly enough, and they've compensated people well enough, but who knows where they can go from there, because I do think they've done enough to probably set people's expectations now, but it was a dodgy thing to do in the first place, and I don't know whether or not those bridges have been burnt enough.
Yeah, I agree. There was no reason for it to have been there, especially after you've just seen Forza Horizon come in and just set the world on fire and hit every note and every beat, and then they're just going, oh, by the way, everything's super expensive. No, read the room. I mean, read the world at the moment, let alone the video games room. So yeah, it's not good. But do you know what? That might be expensive, but for every game that's out there that's super expensive, there is, well, not for every game, but for a bunch of games that are expensive, you get one for free, and you do that every single Friday. Nice segue. That was better than the previous one. But this one is by Morgan Park at PC Gamer. It says, so what's free on the Epic Games Store right now? So stay up to date with Epic, with what games Epic is giving away each week. So as it did in 2020 and 2021, the Epic Games Store is giving away free each games each and every single week. So I'm going to skip past that because that's all of the stuff that they tell you every week. And they say, we're on the usual weekly schedule now for Epic's freebies, so keep an eye out for each week's new free choices. So Epic Games Store, what's free until March the 31st? So from March the 24th, which was last night, about 6 p.m. last night, Until March the 31st, you can get access to Demon's Tilt. That's a digital the digital pinball genre isn't a big one, but Demon's Tilt is big. It is a big personality to fill it up. Combining shoot 'em up elements with the traditional pinball table makes for a hectic experience. If you fancy turning your monitor or don't mind some scrolling, Demon's Tilt dials up the metal and the occult to 12. So there you go. Demon's Tilt is free right now. And then from next week, City of Brass. It's a first-person roguelike taking big pages from the Book of Spelunky. And then even after that, we don't tend to get this far in advance, but the week after that, we will have total...
Same dates.
Oh, no, same dates, actually. Oh, there we go. I can read. I knew I was testing. Well done, babe. We're waiting for...
Double launch, maybe.
I absolutely do. No, and then same week, Total War Warhammer. So one game free this week, Demon's Tilt. If you've got a PC, get yourself logged into the Epic Games launcher, redeem Demon's Tilt, and then the week after, City of Brass and Total War Warhammer. Winner.
This article, by the way.
Hmm?
Do you prefer this article, by the way, than the VGC one? Because this, for me, is laid out, one, so much better, and two, underneath, it tells you exactly what's been and gone. So you can kind of look and go, oh, shit, I've missed Loop Hero or Vampire or something like that. Like, it's laid out so much better. You don't get all the guff.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. I do prefer this. So, like, even going all the way back through 2021, and you can just keep going, seeing all of the games that have been there previously. Yeah, I prefer this. Because you do get the intro paragraph, which is probably going to be recycled every week. But then you get the Epic Games Store free games right now. And then it goes into the detail. Yeah, let's use this one every week from now on. So we do really like VGC. Very, very good news site. Straight to the point on most things, without opinion, just giving you facts. This bit better though. GG's PC Gamer. I mean, to be fair, this is a PC game website, and it's about PC games being given away for free, so it kind of is their forte. Yeah. So yeah. I've seen it on films on Film 4, but on Channel 4 they cut it. Oh, I mean, yeah, interesting. It's like a punctuation mark in Scotland, the word cunt. It is. It's like a full stop. Just a little bit. I mean, people don't even notice. It's not even, don't even need to be part of the sentence. Just like a full stop doesn't exist, really. Cunt doesn't really exist. It's just there. Do I need to do another inflation joke? No. Yeah, go on then. I mean, that inflation joke was fucking class. I was sat there in the office yesterday chuckling out loud, and then I tagged Bibby going, Bibby can vouch that I've done it, and then Bibby started chuckling out loud as well. I was almost going to type in and go, I can vouch that Bibby has just laughed as well. So there you go. If you aren't in our Discord, do feel free to join !Discord. We not only talk about the news, we have a scoop section, which Bibby will tell you about a bit more in a second, but we also have a bunch of other sections where you can share pictures of your food, you can talk about IRL football, as we have been doing to spicy levels this week, and you can talk about any other video games that you want to play. Plus, we have voice channels if you want to play games with any others and all of that jazz. So do feel free to join our Discord. And once every 6 months, probably longer, Tito makes a funny joke, which was yesterday. So if you want to get up to date, you can see Tito's joke in the Discord from there. But for now, though, we are going to wrap things up. We appreciate you all for dropping in. Shout out to Lumps once again for dropping 32 bits on us. Varsilla, thank you very much for the follow. And our good buddies at Official Insert Coin, ! Insert Coin in the chat, by the way, if you want details on who Insert Coin are. They make the best gaming merch, as you can see, being represented just there by Bib. That hoodie, stunning. Nice. You can save 20% off using our discount code. We don't earn anything off it, so you don't have to do it to support us. It's just to save you some cash. Nice. We are going to wrap things up. Reminders, though. Tomorrow I will be on stream tomorrow morning playing some PUBG, so if you want to see some gameplay, do feel free to join me then. As always, I will probably rope in some of the community to play some games with me as well. I mean, I say play some games. What I mean is carry me and make me look good. That's usually what happens. So yeah, do feel free to join me on Saturday morning for that. Sunday morning, Sunday is Mother's Day, and you've got a busy day. Are you still on for the stream for Sunday morning, babe?
No, I'm not. Thank you for reminding me.
Because the schedule has you in for WWE, but I just think about it then. You are Mother's Daying.
Yes, I am not here. I may even go live after you on Saturday, depending on what happens. I may. Yeah. In fact, let me speak to the wife, and then Saturday evening I may end up going. I completely forgot it. Well, I've not completely forgot because I've got things planned for Mother's Day. But when I was making the schedule, completely forgot that Mother's Day was on Sunday.
So just to confirm, Bibby didn't forget about Mother's Day. He just forgot about you guys, the viewers. So
I mean, I can't argue with that.
Yeah. So, do you know what? It's extra content. It's extra content. So you get it. You know, it's fine. It's fine.
Maybe Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, we may be able to jump back in.
Ooh, spicy meatball.
Yeah.
Or you just jump in for some PUBG with us on Saturday. Whatever, 2 for 1. Whatever, Trevor. We'll see. Okay, the best way to get informed is to keep your eyes on us on Twitch. Drop a follow on Twitch. You do get notified when we do go live. You will also get notifications if you follow us on our social channels as well. Speaking of social channels and extra messages and stuff, Mr. Bibb, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yes, again, thank you very much to each and every one of you that have helped shaped all of our shows, 3 of them, this week. If you want to help shape next week's shows, 5 of them, then feel free to get involved with our Discord.
Yeah.
Or any of our social media platforms. All of which can be found in the description below if you're watching this on any of our on-demand services. Just go into the description. All the links are there for you. All we need from you, though, is the URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which will be at what time on Monday, Mr. Graham Day?
At 10 a.m. Ish. Yeah, we go live at 10 a.m. ish in the UK. We aim for 10 a.m, but as you can tell, it's 20 past 2 in the afternoon in the UK. That's because we work in the video games industry, and our work in the video games industry comes in fits and starts. We are a digital marketing agency by day, just in case you didn't know that. So we fit in the streams around the day job, so to speak. So yeah, sometimes we go live closer to 10, sometimes it's closer to 10 p.m. It just is what it is. So yeah, we appreciate anyone that does turn up, particularly because we have a flexible / fluid start time. But don't worry if you miss it, you can catch all of the podcasts on demand on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, and YouTube, or just watch the VOD here on Twitch. Stick around, though, because we are going to pass on some love to one of our friends. We have a lot of friends here on Twitch, so we're going to drop a raid on them. Not only does that help their channel growth, but it gets you a few extra sprinkles as well. Down in the bottom corner down there, which Lotus will be able to tell you about, there is a little pink S. That's the sprinkles. That's our channel points. If you watch the channel, you get extra sprinkles. Those sprinkles can be spent on changing the lights in this room, buying yourself a sub if you stick around for long enough, maybe applying to be a mod and then be rejected, as Lotus is going to find out very, very soon. But you will get extra sprinkles if you go in the raid to another streamer. I think it's like an extra 250, which is nice. Business, nice. Drew, thank you very much for the sprinkle. No, the bit. We'll give you some sprinkles. How many sprinkles, Lotus? I've given up on sprinkles. They are broken. Haven't got a single sprinkle all stream. What? Hacks. Honestly, turn the Cronus off. Turn the Cronus off. It's just interfering. So yeah, have you got a raid in mind? Do you know? Have you been looking at that?
I have.
Ooh.
Yes,
Ooh.
and this is going to be a bit of a turn of pace.
Ooh, interesting.
We're gonna go with Bob Duck and Weave because Graham.
Ooh.
He's playing Fortnite.
Oh, okay. We've been speaking about it. Do you know what? Bob Duck and Weave, great content creator. Actually, he's. Do you know? I won't give you the details. He's a really nice person. He plays a lot of games, and he's good people. He's genuinely good people. So I would appreciate if you go along, drop over there, and throw in any raid emote, be it ours, be it any other channel that you're from, or even the Twitch one. Just drop in some raid emotes. That would be nice. Code Red has redeemed. Change the lights. Oh, I'm not even set up for that. I've changed my scenes. What? There we go. It's about as exciting as it says. It does say it's not very exciting or whatever, but there you go. Enjoy that for your 1,000 sprinkles. Yeah. 249k, same as when I got here in at the start. Ooh, it's because you won too many the other night on the Wednesday evening stream. But anyway, yeah, stick around for the raid. Do drop in. Say hello to Bob Duck and Weave. He's good people. I'll give him a bit. Let's give him a bit. Give him a bit. Say you are like that, and then give it him. Nice. Just in case you didn't know how giving it him worked. There you go. That's it from us. We'll see you 10 a.m. ish tomorrow for not the scoop, for the PUBG. We'll go chasing crates with brosifs and mates. That's it though. Have yourselves a beautiful weekend. Enjoy Mother's Day if we don't see you before, and we'll see you next Monday if we don't see you over the weekend. Until then, stay frosty.